Coming up, a family shot to death. The investigation is underway.
And new information about the death of a fellow Emersonian.
All that and more today, Wednesday, October 9th. Good morning, Emerson. I'm Lauren Granada.
And I'm Angel Salcido.
It's been a busy week.
Yeah, it has. Here are this week's top stories.
The town of Abington is still mourning the loss of a family of 5 found dead in their condo Monday morning. The bodies of the Zaccardi family were discovered when a family member came to pick the kids up for school. Community members are especially reeling over the loss of the 3 children, including an 11-year-old and 9-year-old twins. 40-year-old Deirdre Zaccardi and 43-year-old Joseph Zaccardi are the parents of these children. All appeared to have been shot. The DA says the incident seems to be isolated and there is no threat to the public at this time.
Police have identified a possible suspect in the death of Emersonian Daniel Hollis. The suspect has been identified as a member of the Marine Corps stationed in California. According to a Marine Corps official, the suspect was on approved leave at the time of the incident. Hollis died last Wednesday after 4 days in a medically induced coma, and his family is now looking for answers.
The first death caused by a vaping-associated lung injury in the U.S. happened here in Massachusetts. The woman who died was in her 60s. She was among the 121 cases that have been reported to the Department of Public Health. Of those 121 reports, 9 have been confirmed for meeting the CDC's definition of vaping-associated lung injury. Governor Baker announced a public health emergency and a 4-month ban on sales of all vaping products in Massachusetts over 2 weeks ago.
Sadness grips New York City after 4 homeless men were beaten to death. The incident took place in NYC's Chinatown neighborhood. The suspect, a homeless man himself, 24-year-old Randy Santos, was arrested soon after the incident. On Monday, the city held a vigil for the 4 who were killed, while a 5 homeless man remains in a hospital fighting for his life.
And the judge who sentenced a Dallas police officer to 10 years in prison is now facing some backlash. Judge Tammy Kemp is defending herself after hugging and giving a Bible to Amber Geiger after her sentencing. Geiger was found guilty of killing her neighbor. Some pointed out the unusualness of the acts of kindness, but Kemp is defending those actions.
I just looked at Amber Geiger as a woman who was hurting and who will soon rejoin our society. And I hope that she will be a better person coming out than she was going in.
Kemp says she watched Geiger change during her trial and wants her to live a purposeful life. Let's now head over to our weather correspondent, Samantha Johns.
Thanks, Lauren and Angel. It is dreary out there right now, but after a cold spell this past weekend, we're seeing things start to warm up. A slow-moving front is approaching the northeast, bringing with it scattered showers and warmer temperatures. Right now, it's in the upper 50s for downtown Boston. A moderate breeze will be felt today as wind gusts start to pick up speed. We'll remain steady in the upper 50s throughout the rest of the day into the evening, but expect scattered showers starting as early as 2 p.m. today. Going into our 5-day forecast, we see fixed temperatures staying with us throughout the rest of this week. Thursday, a rainy day overall. We'll stay in the mid to upper 50s. Friday, winds will jump up to 23 miles per hour, low of 56. Saturday will be humid. Highs are expected to be in the upper 50s. Then Sunday, temperatures will jump up to the lower 60s. The day should bring some much needed sunshine, which we'll see stay around going into Monday morning. Lauren and Angel, how are you guys feeling about all this rain that we're about to have?
Well, I mean, I'm sad, and I don't know about you guys. For me, it's my hair. For me, my hair it's curly, and I have to straighten my hair. So if any water gets on my hair, it's over because then it just goes back to being curly.
Well, so I know that we need the rain. Is that right? Because we didn't get a lot of precipitation.
Well, we don't need the rain. I mean, we need it, but we don't really.
We need our grass to be green. We need our flowers to still be blooming.
Okay. Do you want the rain?
I'm okay with it. I'm getting ready to kind of enjoy the warmer weather that we're seeing coming forward. So.
Okay, I guess so. Well, let's now head over to our political correspondent, Annie Bennett, with the second person who has come forward against President Trump. Annie?
A second whistleblower has come forward with supposed knowledge of the Ukraine phone call that led to the motion for President Trump's impeachment. Mark Saeed, the lawyer for the first complainant, is now representing even more people. This new whistleblower also claims to have first-hand knowledge of the, quote, frightening, unquote, phone call. This comes in the wake of Trump's appeal to Australia for assistance discrediting Robert Mueller. Trump has also been accused of asking China, not just Ukraine, to help investigate Biden's son. However, Republican Jim Jordan said he, quote, wasn't serious, unquote. The White House says Trump will not cooperate with the impeachment, which Democrats are calling obstruction. President Trump's last 8 years of tax returns were subpoenaed by New York prosecutors. Supposedly, he was paying hush money to Stormy Daniels and Karen McDougal, who had accused him of having affairs. His previous lawyer, Michael Cohen, was charged for these crimes, but Trump was never prosecuted. His team appealed the subpoena, citing constitutional law that a sitting president cannot be subject to criminal proceedings while in office. Federal Judge Victor Marrero disputed his claim of presidential immunity, although the appeals court did block the immediate enforcement of the subpoena, so when the documents will be released is still to be determined. Senator Bernie Sanders was released from the hospital after suffering a heart attack. His campaign is now resuming, but he has announced things will slow down. In the wake of his recovery, he has introduced a new finance plan. Sanders says that if elected president in 2020, he will ban corporate donations and create public financing laws. He also promises to ban donations to the DNC and lobbying from former Congress members and prohibit advertising during presidential debates. On Tuesday, the Supreme Court heard 3 cases regarding rights of LGBTQ+ citizens. The first case involves Amy Stevens, who was fired for not adhering to the male dress code, despite following the female dress code, which is how she identifies. Secondly, Don Zarda, a skydiving instructor, was fired after coming out as gay to a customer who then complained to his superior. Finally, Gerald Bostock was fired for, quote, conduct unbecoming, unquote, after participating in gay organizations. Title VII of the Civil Rights Act prohibits discrimination on sex, but the question is if whether that defense can be used to protect queer people. That's all for politics. Back to you.
We now go to our Boston news correspondent, Andrew Brinker, who's got the scoop on the vaping controversy.
Just 2 weeks removed from the beginning of Massachusetts' new ban on the sale of all flavored vaping products, health officials announced on Monday the state's first vaping-related death.
It's been labeled an epidemic by government officials. Now in Massachusetts, vaping has claimed its first life. State health officials announced that a woman in her 60s had died on Monday as a result of an illness thought to be linked to vaping. No other details have been released. This newest death adds to a growing list nationwide of those who have fallen ill due to vaping. Since early September, 121 suspected cases of the illness have been reported to health officials in Massachusetts. Now 1 person in the state has died. Nationwide, over 1,000 people have been diagnosed with the illness, while 23 have died. Now, less than 2 weeks after Governor Charlie Baker announced a temporary ban on the sale of vaping products, some of those who initially opposed the decision have changed their minds.
They should really just stop it. They should really stop it for a little bit and study it and analyze it and make sure everything's okay. So I feel like it was necessary, especially when a lot of people are dying from it. So.
As the number of vaping-related deaths and illnesses in Massachusetts continues to rise, vape and smoke shops like this one are either closing down or they're barely holding on. From downtown Boston, Andrew Brinker, the Emerson Channel.
Well, we're going to take a quick break, but when we return, Quinn Chow has the latest on the controversy surrounding the new Joker movie. Stay with us.
And when I arrive at my destination, I am gonna kill Bill.
What? Oh! Okay, cutting. Sorry, can we get some of these guys?
Where in God's name is the gaffer's tape? Thank you.
Hi, I'm Nate.
And I'm Casey, and we're the National Broadcasting Society.
Come out to some of our weekly workshops, or work on some of our sets.
Explore the bigger picture with NBS.
We'll see you there.
All right, let's get another take. Camera, sound.
Hi, I'm Mary Malloy, the host of Speechless, and you're watching the Emerson channel.
Welcome back to Good Morning Emerson.
Let's now go to our entertainment correspondent, Quinn Chow, who has the latest news out of Hollywood. Quinn?
Thanks, Lauren and Angel. A lot is happening in the entertainment world. Alex Trebek recently announced that his time at Jeopardy may be coming to an end. After months of battling pancreatic cancer, the host is having a hard time enunciating words due to sores in his mouth from chemo. Trebek opened up in an interview with CTV about how he can sometimes hear himself slurring words on the show. However, Trebek stated that he will keep on doing the show until he can't any longer. We'll take Get Well Soon, Alex, for 500. We're rooting for you. Free Lord was trending on Twitter yesterday, having everyone saying, well, now we'll actually never be royals. But no worries, the pop singer is not going to prison. The hashtag was born out of a joke from Stan Twitter. Recently, the singer's home country of New Zealand proposed a policy that would fine anyone who dropped out of high school $3,000. Since Lord left school at 18, the singer's fans took the joke and ran with it. To be clear, Lord will not have to go to prison or probably even pay the fine. While we wait for Lord's highly anticipated third album, we will continue to enjoy the Free Lord memes. Nick Jonas is joining The Voice. The singer is getting his own spinning red chair for the season 18 of the competition series. Nick will be replacing current coach Gwen Stefani to help mentor the next generation of pop stars. Nick said himself he's excited to help these artists find their unique voice. Who knows, maybe we'll even find the next great band of brothers. And now to spill the tea. The new Joker movie is no laughing matter. Tons of controversy around the Joaquin Phoenix-led film has fans wondering if it's safe to go to the theaters. The U.S. Army even sent out a warning about possible shootings taking place during the film. Because the Joker acts as a serial killer, many people are worried this behavior will translate to real-life viewers. What do you guys think about this?
Well, I know people who saw the movie, and they did say that when they watched it, they could see where maybe you'd root for the Joker and you'd say, okay, go ahead, get back at them.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's kind of scary. It's scary, right? In the sense that, like, when you go to a movie theater, like, this all started back in, I think it was 2012 with Aurora, Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
And they were the ones who came out and said, hey, we're not going to show this movie because we're not going to have a repeat of what happened back then. Mm-hmm. And then Marine bases and Air Force bases started not to show the movie over there either. And then on the signs outside of the AMC down the street, now we're seeing you can't wear masks, literal signs and security at the theaters. I mean, yeah, it's scary.
Yeah, I went to see the movie last week, and there were security and they were checking bags when you were going to the theater. So it is a little frightening, but hopefully it'll die down and everything will.
Yeah, I just don't think we've ever seen something like this before, in the sense that, like, he's a serial killer, but they make him,
like
it's kind of like,
you want to root for him.
Yeah, like, okay, maybe
I think it's tough because a lot of people want to appreciate the film and the art and the filmmakers and the actor, but it's tough when it's a sensitive topic like that.
That's very true.
Let's now head over to Maria Sato, who's sharing some tips with us on how to be more environmentally conscious on campus.
Hi, I'm your life hack correspondent, Maria Sato. With the climate strike and Greta Thunberg's speech last month, today I would like to introduce you to eco-friendly items that you can use in your daily life. First, there's the reusable straw. They're washable and they don't get soggy like paper straws. If you're a big boba fan, you can always use your customized straw and avoid using plastic straws. There's also some good deals to save money on our campus. At the Backstage Cafe and the Lion's Den, if you bring your own mug, you get your coffee for 50 cents less. When you want to pack food at the dining hall, instead of using paper containers, use plastic Tupperware that Emerson supplied to students. Emerson also has a recycling bin for clothes, shoes, and linens. It is located outside of the Cutler Majestic Theater. So instead of throwing them away, recycle them. And don't forget to bring your reusable bags when you go shopping. Let's all remember to do our part to reduce, reuse, and recycle. I'm Maria Sato.
We're here with Berkeley student and singer-songwriter Lindsay Whiteman, who's here to tell us about her musical background and her music. Good morning, Lindsay. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Lindsay, so tell us a little bit about yourself. When did you start music?
I started music officially probably when I was about 11, and I started doing my middle school musicals. And then I started writing music and playing ukulele probably 3 years after that, and that's when I started doing guitar and things like that.
And tell us your instruments of choice.
My instruments of choice, well, I'm mostly a singer, and then I accompany myself with guitar and ukulele. And I'd like to learn more piano. I know hot cross buns, things like that.
So in terms of professional musicians, who do you look up to? Who gives you a little bit of inspiration?
Who gives me inspiration? Lady Gaga is my number one. I love her so much.
As a singer or as a performer, just the whole package?
Both, the whole package. I love that she can do everything. I love that she sings, acts, and does jazz, but then also musical theater, and then also pop. She's so inspiring to me.
And earlier off camera, you mentioned that you love to songwrite. Is that right? So what inspires you?
Everything. It could be just emotional, my personal struggles or good things that happen in my life, or it could be stories I read about other people, things like that. I get a lot of inspiration from just looking at people around me and the world, things like that.
So if you were to describe your music, I know this is could be a long answer, but that's okay. How would you describe your music?
My music is probably, I've been realizing that it's kind of quirky. I didn't realize that until I was looking at a list of my songs the other day, and I was like, all my songs are weird. But quirky, indie, pop, jazzy, mostly acoustic stuff.
So what are your singing aspirations? Where do you want to be? Let's say in 5 years, where do you see yourself?
In 5 years, I would love to be writing for other artists, and I would like to be writing for myself as well. It would be great if I could be making a living off of my own money, what I could do with that. So music on Spotify, iTunes, and then touring, things like that.
And what, oh, you got one.
Do you have a certain artist that you would like to write for someday?
To write for, I have an artist I'd like to write with. I'd love to write with Ed Sheeran, because he writes for a bunch of different artists and for himself as well, and I think that's super inspiring, and lyrically he's definitely an inspiration of mine, so I'd love to write with him.
Awesome. So we will be right back with more Lindsay when we return. Don't go anywhere.
Alright, come back in 10 seconds. Ready, camera one. Camera one, you need a wide shot of the entire thing, and in 3, 2, 1, take talent cue.
Welcome back to Emerson College. Emerson trails
Camera 4, get a shot of the players coming across the court.
10 seconds left. Emerson trails by 1 point. As
Camera 2, close upon the person shooting.
Thanks, Joe. With 10 seconds left, Emerson is hoping to pull away and score this foul.
Camera 1, gonna close and follow them over.
Emerson trails WPI 10 points. 10 seconds left. Emerson trails by 1 point as the team finishes their timeout.
Camera 1, close up on number 33.
Thanks, Joe. With 10 seconds left, Emerson is hoping to pull away.
Follow the ball, follow the ball.
Natasha Lalani from College Kitchen, and you're watching the Emerson channel.
Welcome back to Good Morning Emerson. We're here with Lindsay Whiteman, here to play 6 seconds.
Okay, ladies, you have 6 seconds to tell me things to the question I asked.
All right.
Got it? All right, Lauren, you first. Okay. So name me 3 clothing stores. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Forever 21, Ralph Lauren, and oh gosh, Primark.
Ooh.
No!
I stopped it late, so I'll give it to you. 1
All
point.
right.
1 point. All right, Lindsay. Okay. So name me 3 red fruits. Only red. Ready?
Okay.
3, 2, 1, go.
Apple, cherry, raspberry.
Ooh, 2 seconds.
Good. Oh my goodness.
Okay, 1 to 1.
All right.
All right, Lauren. Name me 3 types of doctors. Yeah. 3, 2, 1.
Pediatrician, psychiatrist, veterinarian.
Oh, nice. I wouldn't have gotten that. Okay, 2 to 1. Lindsay, name me. Let me think of a hard one here. 3 card games. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Uno, Pit, and Go Fish.
Pit? I've never heard of that one.
You guys are a lot better than this than I am. Okay, 2 to 2.
Okay.
Name me 3 types of fish. 3, 2, 1, go.
Salmon, trout, tilapia.
What'd you say?
Tilapia.
No, the first one.
Salmon.
What is a salmon?
Salmon.
Salmon. Okay. 2, 2. Or 3, 2. Let's see. Name me 3 Disney movies. 3, 2, 1.
Aladdin, The Princess and the Frog, and The Little Mermaid.
Oh my God.
Close.
3, 3. Okay.
Right.
Name me 3 reality TV shows. You gotta miss one. 3, 2, 1, go.
Keeping Up with the Kardashians, 90 Day Fiancé, and Real Housewives of Orange County.
I don't know why I thought you were gonna miss that one. All right, Lindsay. I'm running out of things to do here.
Okay, come on, Lindsay.
Name 3 things to do in the snow. 3, 2, 1, go.
Make snow angels, snowball fight, make an igloo.
Okay. I
What?
I'm
Is
out
it
of
a tie?
questions. I am out of questions. It's a tie. I literally have no more questions to give you. So.
High five. Thank you for playing 6 seconds with me. We can't wait to hear your performance later. Now let's go to our sports correspondent, Avi Kargloth, with the latest. Avi.
Thanks, guys. Chinese state broadcaster CCTV announced they would not air the NBA preseason games between the Brooklyn Nets and Los Angeles Lakers, scheduled to be played in China this week. This announcement comes after Houston Rockets general manager Daryl Morey tweeted his support for the political demonstrations taking place in Hong Kong. His tweet, which has since been deleted, included an image that read, "Fight for freedom, stand with Hong Kong." NBA Commissioner Adam Silver said that while they are apologetic about the outcome and reaction of the tweet, he also defended Morey, saying, quote, "We are not apologizing for Daryl exercising his freedom of expression," end quote. This tweet and the NBA's response caused several Chinese businesses and sponsors to suspend ties with the league and other individual teams. The Lakers and Nets are still scheduled to play their 2 preseason games later this week. Early Monday morning, the Washington Redskins announced the firing of head coach Jay Gruden after over 5 seasons with the team. Gruden finishes his Redskins tenure with a record of 35-49-1, including the 0-5 start to this season. Redskins offensive line coach Bill Callahan will be the interim head coach for the remainder of the season. Rumors of potential full-time replacements include Buccaneers defensive coordinator Todd Bowles and Chiefs offensive coordinator Eric Bieniemy. And finally, former Patriots tight end Rob Gronkowski has been hired by Fox as an NFL analyst. The legendary tight end's decision to enter broadcasting is expected to quiet rumors of a potential playing comeback. Tom Brady told reporters he expects some, quote, hard-hitting analysis from his former teammate. Gronk will make his broadcasting debut on Fox tomorrow during the pregame show of the Patriots' home game against the New York Giants. That's all for now. Let's send it back to Lauren and Angel.
Well, coming up, we have a special performance with Lindsay Whiteman. You do not want to miss this.
Welcome back to Good Morning Emerson.
Berkeley student Lindsay Whiteman is here to sing Blame It on Medusa for us. Take it away, Lindsay.
Blame it on Medusa for turning you to stone, sir. Sir, try to cut off her head, you know she deserves it. Right? Ooh. She's a pretty girl in a pretty gritty world. Guys don't wanna get with her and girls get all envious. But she's no narcissist, none of that vanity seems to entice her. She's independent, doesn't need a man, doesn't feel the need to have a hand hold her hand. But there was a surfer guy that all the other girls were dying for, they're dying for. So blame it on Medusa for turning you to stone, sir. Sir, try to cut off her head, you know she deserves it. Right? Ooh. She caught the eye of the surfer guy on a party night. Her dress was tight, not in the right state of mind. And she didn't say yes, but he said she was asking for it in that tiny dress. Well, jealousy is an evil thing, and the girls could not see past the fact that she got with the guy they lacked. Oh, whoa, what a snake, what a slut, what a monster, Medusa. So blame it on Medusa for turning you to stone, sir. Sir, try to cut off her head, you know she deserves it. Right? Ooh. So shame on her for not smiling at strangers, and shame on her for not responding to your whistle, and shame on Medusa for making you feel so small, sir. Blame it on Medusa.
Wow, thank you so much, Lindsay.
That was awesome. Lindsay, where can we find your music?
You can find me on Instagram and YouTube. My name is Lindsay Whiteman, and soon by the winter I'll have an EP out. So
That's awesome.
Well, that's our show. Thank you so much for waking up with us, and we'll see you next Wednesday.